That's Mackenzie Brown, comes from Flint, Texas, and evidently a hockey fan also, sporting that Dallas Stars cap. This afternoon she's wearing a visor, hoping to qualify for her first Olympics in Rio in 2016. And we mentioned the many ways you could take up archery. Well, this is an example of someone who took up archery thanks to school. The National Archery in the Schools program actually started not too long ago. 2002, it started in Kentucky when it was known as the Kentucky Archery in the Schools program, but it has grown to other states in the country, so they made it the National Archery in the Schools program, and she's one of the first out of that program to compete at a high level.
Mackenzie has made a great name for herself in archery. As you can see, she's laughing right now. She has a fantastic sense of humor. She's a really dry sense of humor, and she's great for making her teammates and other people around her smile. And she progressed very well throughout USA Archery's ranks, coming up through the Junior Olympic Archery Development Program, progressing to the Junior Dream Team program, and now she is a USA Archery resident athlete at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Chula Vista, California. And of course, Khatuna Lorig, we mentioned before, she is just one of the absolutely most accomplished recurve athletes in the world, with 5 Olympic Games and an Olympic medal behind her, many World Cup medals, World Championships appearances. She's one of the best out there.
And Khatuna Lorig starts with a 9 here in the first set. It is the gold medal final between Mackenzie Brown and Khatuna Lorig. Mackenzie Brown's first shot, also a 9. Good start for both competitors.
These two archers are potentially pretty evenly matched. Mackenzie's been shooting very well this season. Khatuna's been shooting very well this season. Mackenzie's training very hard. A beautiful group from Khatuna there. Khatuna's got 2 arrows almost touching in the 9 ring. Very consistent.
Brown with a good 10.
Beautiful. And as we mentioned earlier, Mackenzie's coming off a fantastic silver medal win individually at the World Archery Youth Championships, which was held recently in Yankton, South Dakota. And what a beautiful group from Khatuna Lorig, my goodness. 3 arrows almost touching in the 9 ring. Very, very consistent.
A nice shooting there from Lorig. And a 9 for Mackenzie Brown. And Mackenzie Brown, thanks to that 10 on the second arrow, wins the first set, 2-0 point advantage.
What a fantastic opportunity for Mackenzie to pick up 2 set points here, because the reality is Khatuna is definitely on. If she's got 3 arrows touching in the same spot, it means she's shooting very consistently, she's shooting well. And so for Mackenzie to pick up a set point or a couple of set points here is a great advantage for her. Khatuna's very, very tough competitor, also known as a great coach. Khatuna began coaching after the 2012 Olympic Games in London. She's not only teaching private students and groups, but she actually also coached Jennifer Lawrence for her role in the Hunger Games.
So if you had 4:39 in the pool, Central Standard Time is when we would mention that fact. There it is. She is such a good coach. She trained Jennifer Lawrence for her role as Katniss in the Hunger Games, and she did a good job.
She actually did a fantastic job, and I know for many archers, and myself included, it was such a thrill to go to the movie theater and see Jennifer Lawrence performing as Katniss Everdeen, and mostly see the sport of archery represented so well in these past 3 Hunger Games movies, and certainly Khatuna's involvement in that film was a huge help to archery.
Another film series that was big in developing archery, Lord of the Rings.
Absolutely, and the other movies that we've seen a big uptick from are Disney Pixar's Brave, and of course the Avengers. Here's Khatuna, and you notice she's very rock solid when she shoots, and of course she hits a 10. It looks like she just caught the 10 on that one. It's a little bit on the line, but Khatuna, there's very little movement in her arms when she shoots. She always looks very, very strong behind the bow, and that, of course, is due to shooting many, many arrows. Lots of working out. She's very physically strong. Beautiful X from her. Great shot. Khatuna is one of the most tenacious athletes out there on the line. She does not let anything get away from her. 9 points for Mackenzie.
Khatuna Lorig has at least a 1-point advantage over Mackenzie Brown. That does depend on that first arrow. And gets a 9 on that last arrow. So it's either a 28 or a 29, depending on how that first arrow is scored. Mackenzie Brown with an 18 and gets a 9. So no matter what that first arrow is, it will be a second set victory for Khatuna Lorig. So Khatuna Lorig takes the second set. We are tied at 2 apiece, and not surprised. They're going to go shot for shot. I've got a feeling this could be a one-arrow shoot-off. Still early to tell, but these are two of the top archers, and they're going to go with each other shot for shot here through these next 3 sets.
Absolutely, and Khatuna, such a tough competitor. She's #1 ranked in the United States. She's ranked, I believe, 4th in the World Cup rankings right now and doing a great job. She's absolutely just a absolute. It's funny. I will always talk a little bit about when Khatuna is shooting well. You talk about her going into beast mode. Like, she just absolutely is unstoppable out there. And today potentially looks like it's shaping up to be one of those days. Incidentally, Khatuna is shooting, I believe, something like 51 pounds of draw weight right now, and that means that is the number of pounds Khatuna pulls back to draw her bow back. So if you multiply that times 400 arrows a day, Khatuna is actually pulling something like 2,000 pounds a day on a 400 arrow day. Multiply that times 6 days a week, and you've got a pretty significant practice week.
She is still among the top in her field. She won the gold medal in the Pan American Championships last year in Argentina, has participated in 5 Olympic Games. We'll hear from her after this set. We are tied at 2 here in the gold medal match between Mackenzie Brown and Khatuna Lorig. And Lorig will have first shot. And a good first shot at 10 right in the bottom of that range.
Beautiful strong shot from Khatuna. Here comes Mackenzie. Also dialed in. Nice 9.
Mackenzie Brown has a 9.
This is going to be a very close match. Khatuna's work ethic is the stuff of legend. There are stories about how she trained by candlelight when she was shooting for the unified team, and she just is incredibly mentally and physically tough. She's a very, very tough competitor. And it's a testament to Mackenzie's talent and the strength that she's showing as an up-and-coming archer, that she's shooting as well as she is versus Khatuna, who just put a solid 30 down there.
A solid 30 for Khatuna. She'll take this set. Mackenzie Brown would like to take a 10 to carry some momentum, and she gets a very good shot off.
Fantastic. Cannot argue with that kind of shooting, and a high five between these two competitors.
So Khatuna Lorig with a perfect round takes two more set points up 4-2. We'll head into the 4th set, and let's talk to the perfect shooter after that round. There's Khatuna Lorig.
My motivation is, well, first I hate to lose. Then I don't want to be a quitter. So yeah, you have to lose once in a while to learn how to win. The worst part is I don't want to be a quitter. I want to try as hard as is possible, so I don't have to say I didn't try hard enough when I retire. What's going on in my head when I'm shooting a difficult match? Shot process, stay calm, breathe, and just shoot a strong shot. What should I tell the new archers? Well, try as hard as you can. Do not quit, definitely. And things doesn't come so easy. It actually takes a lot of work and dedication. Being patient and stay positive. And about myself, I love baklavas. I make really good baklavas. I cook and I hate hugs. Okay.
Well, I hope she has some of that baklava here in Alabama, because that sounds very delicious right now.
You know, it is actually very good. I was privileged that Khatuna brought some of that famous baklava to the recent Gator Cup tournament, and it was very, very tasty. She's a talented cook. Man, 9 points for Mackenzie. She is on point, no pun intended today. She's doing a great job.
First arrow was a 9, as we saw, and Lorig answers with a 9 as well.
So we've got a 4-2 lead for Khatuna, and again, she can be a little dangerous when she gets a lead, so Mackenzie has her work cut out for her this set. She's got to shoot 10s.
And that's a 10 right there, just outside of the X-ray. Good shot for Mackenzie Brown. Let's see Lorig's answer. And with an 8, that's a bit of a tough shot there for Khatuna Lorig. Opens the door for Mackenzie Brown.
This is a great example of how pressure can get to the most experienced archers. It's not just about youth, it's not just about experience. There are a variety of factors at play here. The reality is Mackenzie has put a little bit of pressure on Khatuna, and Khatuna still needs to answer with 10s. She can't let Mackenzie get an edge.
Khatuna Lorig with the final shot here.
A little bit of pressure on her to make this winning, make it count, and she hits an 8.
So getting this fourth set is Mackenzie Brown, and it's evened it up at 4 apiece. I think that's how they drew it up in the script. Wouldn't be surprised if this final set ended up in a tie and a 4-1 arrow shoot-off as predicted earlier, but we'll see what happens in the fifth set. Nevertheless, this has been as advertised. Two very good archers going toe-to-toe, and Mackenzie Brown with a 28-25 win. It did not matter what Lorig did on that final arrow, but nevertheless, Mackenzie Brown collects a 28-25 fourth set win, is now evened it up at 4 points apiece to set up the fifth and final set. Winner of this set will win the gold medal, and if we're tied in this set, it'll be down to 1 arrow.
You know, one of the things that we noticed earlier was when Mackenzie had a really good set, Khatuna, made sure she gave her a high five. We've been seeing a lot of that today. And earlier this year, we had the World Championships team trials where we determined which archers were going to represent Team USA at the upcoming World Archery Championships. Mackenzie is the alternate for that team. She finished just in the 4th spot. Khatuna finished in the 1st spot. Khatuna has really taken very much a mentorship role with some of the younger up-and-coming female archers. We have also Ariel Gibbolero and Linola Pritchard, who will join Khatuna Lorig at the World Championships in Denmark later this month. Khatuna has really been a very strong mentor to all of those archers.
Here we go, fifth and final set for the gold medal. Tied at 4 apiece. Khatuna Lorig will shoot first.
There is really no room for a bad shot from either of these archers, and Khatuna starts it by nailing the 10.
Khatuna Lorig starting out this set with a 10.
Good start for Lorig. Let's see Brown's response.
8-9.
9-8 line for Mackenzie Brown's first
She may have
arrow.
just caught the 9 on that one. This gives Lorig potentially a little confidence, a little bit of an edge, and sure enough, she takes advantage.
Mackenzie Brown definitely needs to shoot a 10 here in order to.
So much pressure right now. You could see Khatuna's taking a look to see what's downrange.
A 9.
That's
Two
another 9.
9s.
That might not be enough for Mackenzie Brown. 10 here will clinch it.
She's under a little bit of pressure, but she's got some confidence now. That door is open, and she doesn't look back. 30 points, you can't argue with that.
3 10s
So
for
Khatuna Lorig with a perfect round has clinched the gold medal. Mackenzie Brown will take silver, although she finished it off nicely with a 10.
And that's a world-class act right there, because Mackenzie knew that arrow didn't matter. Her competitor had 30 perfect points on the board, and she still nailed a 10. Beautiful shooting from both of these women. Fantastic job by both.
Well, these are two women that are certainly worthy of the top 2 spots at the U.S. Open. Khatuna Lorig collects a gold medal with a perfect 5th set. One of 2 perfect rounds here in this gold medal match against Mackenzie Brown, who is no slouch herself. Mackenzie Brown with rounds of 29, a couple rounds of 28, 2 more 27s. Really some good rounds shot by both Khatuna Lorig and Mackenzie Brown. But thanks to those 2 perfect rounds by Khatuna, she captures the gold medal.